D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I'm coming at you today because I'm going to do my Harley Quinn Season 2 review. And I know it's a tiny bit late, but just long story short, I have a 9-to-5 job. And because of COVID, we don't have as many people. And there's really only a handful of people that have my title. So I have to do a lot of extra work there. So I apologize for this being late, but better late than never. So before I get started on my review, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. Recently, YouTube did a change to their algorithm, and it really benefits big corporations and not small independent content providers like myself. So if you could please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos, and I thank you in advance. So let's just get started on this review. So first off, I just want to say that I love this show. This is the way Harley should be done. It's done right. I think that it's taken, I think they take it seriously. And I really think that everything is just great about the show. I love the animation, all that good stuff. So what I want to do is I want to just give some things that I didn't like and some things that I like. And when I say I didn't like them, it's not like it was a deal breaker. It's just I have some kind of problems. And there's only one thing that I really kind of didn't like, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But like I said, the animation, top notch. The story is top notch. Everything's just great. I love this show so much. So the things that I didn't like. Darkseid and Apocalypse is the first thing. It's not that I didn't like it because it was fun in the show, but Darkseid and the whole Apocalypse thing has been like done to death lately. I mean, it's like every single thing. I mean, you've got gosh, now I can't remember. You got Young Justice. You've got they just had that Justice League Dark Apocalypse movie. I can't remember what it's called. Apocalypse War. You've got, they keep talking about New Gods. And then you've got this coming down the pipeline. I mean, you got the Snyder Cut, and now you've got this coming down. And it's just, I feel like all of a sudden one person did Apocalypse and Darkseid and all that stuff, and now everybody's doing Darkseid. So that part it's been played out. Plus, I have a hard time believing that Harley Quinn can just defeat every single person on the board, including Granny Goodness, who is, a part of these New Gods. So I just go, Harley Quinn can't beat up and kill everybody. So we need to just calm it down a little bit. Because, she doesn't even have powers. So, it's all, go women and everything. But like I said, she just doesn't have powers. So I don't understand how she can possibly defeat every single person that comes along. The next thing that I didn't like is killing off bad guys. They did it in Season 1 with, Scarecrow, and I can't remember the other one. But this one, they did it with Penguin and Mr. Freeze. And Penguin, I didn't like it. I don't like killing off your bad guys because then you can't use them later on. Now, granted, there's a plethora of bad guys to use in Season 3, but I wish they wouldn't have. Speaking of that, they did the No Man's Land storyline for this season, and I normally like the No Man's Land storyline. I liked it in the comic books. It was okay in the Dark Knight trilogy, but for this, I didn't like it. I didn't feel like it. I personally just didn't like it. I didn't like it. Like I said, I just don't think it went very well, and I didn't care for it, but overall, I still love this show. It was still so good. The next thing that I kind of didn't like is Commissioner Gordon kind of being like this bad guy, kind of, and just, I didn't like him being like a fanboy of Batman. I mean, I understand that he looks to Batman as the savior of Gotham, but it just got to, and it was kind of funny, but it just got to the point for me there where it was just like, all right, this guy is simping for Batman, and I don't know why. I felt like it got, it went to, it was funny it was like a joke that was funny the first time, then the second time you're like, it's still kind of funny. And then the third time you're like, all right, you need to tell a different joke, dude, because I'm getting over this. Yeah. So that there were some funny moments in there with Commissioner Gordon. I liked when he was in the Bat Jet and he's like, "Can I just push a button and everything, or can I just fly it or something like that?" I can't remember off the top of my head, but I did like that joke. So the last thing of things that I didn't like, and this one I really didn't like, is I believe it was episode 5, and where they made fun of fanboys at that first little intro. Now, I have to say, I know that some fans can be toxic, and they in that thing, like they mentioned about certain things in there. I can't remember everything that he said, but I didn't like that he was wearing a Snyder Cut shirt. When that popped up, and then all that stuff, I just was like, is Paul Dini? I don't know. Is he not supportive of the Snyder Cut? And is he making fun of fans that are supportive of the Snyder Cut? Because that's not fair. We just want... I'm a huge supporter of the Snyder Cut, and I don't think I'm toxic about it. I just tweet a lot about release the Snyder Cut. And anytime anybody asks, I'm all like, no, it should be released, because I'm pretty sure it's better than that pile that we got, in 2017, 18, I don't remember. But... I didn't like that. I mean, like, there were some things that it was said in that were true, and I'm like, that's fine. But, like, I just wish he wasn't wearing a Snyder Cut shirt, because it did, for me personally, it was just saying, like, hey, if you support the Snyder Cut, you're a toxic fan. And I go, that's not fair. I'm not a toxic fan. And I'm offended. So, yeah, so I know, boo-hoo me. Wah, you're offended. Anyways. So things that I did like. Okay, I really liked Alfred in this season. I like that he became a little crime fighter with his big wig and everything. But my favorite scene, and it's so small and like insignificant, but it was my favorite, was when Batman and him are in the Batcave, and he hands Batman like a cup of coffee or whatever. I can't remember what it was. And Batman drinks it, and then he spits out. He's like, it's too hot. And then he's like, you'll have to wait for it to cool down. So, and he's like, I could. And then Alfred's all like, like he blew on it. Like, I'm all like, that is so funny. That made me laugh, like, out loud. So, another thing that I liked seeing Joker as a normal guy. I like seeing him not as all crazy Joker-y like. And seeing that throughout this season, I mean, he did have to come back as Mr. J, and I did like that they brought him back and made him back into the Joker. I mean, a little bit of me was sad, but I did like it just because now what's going to happen in season 3 with Harley and Ivy, which we'll talk about in just a second, but then add their relationship, and then on top of Mr. J still being in the picture. And seeing him as a normal person, it did make me look back and think about that vision that Harley Quinn has in the Suicide Squad movie. And now I think it wasn't so weird seeing that vision, but seeing this show and getting that whole context of him being a normal guy. And so now that vision, really, I go, that vision wasn't that stupid to me. It was actually, now I kind of like it. Another thing that I did like is that Cyborgman died. I do not like this character. I don't like him in the comic books. I don't like him on this show. The fact that he sacrificed himself made me super happy. I'm sad. I'm super annoyed that he came back as, what's it called? Oh, Cynet or whatever. But one thing that I did like was when he's sacrificing himself, and right before he sacrifices himself, he yells out, I regret so many things. Because I hate when people are like, no regrets. I have no regrets. That's a lie. Everybody has regrets. That's just the truth and everything. So I like that he put that in there, and he was like, I regret so many things. It made me laugh out loud. Because it's so #true and everything. The next thing I liked a lot in this show is Batgirl. I really liked Batgirl in this show. I don't think they had enough Batgirl. I liked seeing her relationship with her father and his alcoholism and her addressing that. I liked seeing her progression to putting on a suit, the cape and cowl. I also like that she used social media to project herself and to get herself out there and to show the villains that there was a crime fighter out there. And I really thought that this was a good addition to the show, and I really hope to see more of her in season 3. If they don't put more of her in season 3, I will be upset about that. Because it'll just be a bummer, because it was a good character. And the last thing that I really liked, there's more things that I liked in this show, but I don't want this to be a 40-minute review, so I just wanted to be like a 10-minute review. So the last thing I really liked in the show, and if you didn't think that this was going to be my favorite thing on the show, then you're crazy, but it was Harley and Ivy's romance. They did it right. I was afraid when I watched the trailer that they were going to just drop Kite Man off and he was gonna get, I mean, like, his heart was broken, but at the same time, it was him that realized that he wasn't right for Ivy, that he deserved better, and I'm glad that he kind of broke it off, because Ivy didn't love him, and I think that the problem with, you know, relationships like that is you just drag somebody along. So you drag them along because you don't want to admit, or maybe it is you don't see. I'm not saying, maybe she just, but I think she realized that she loved Harley from the get-go, and she just didn't want to admit it to herself. And it's like, why would you put Kite Man through that? Because he doesn't deserve that. You should just let him go right away. But it did take her some time. I mean, I understand the whole thing. But I really liked seeing that end scene when she gives that speech to Harley about how she's like, you know, you do mess up things. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember word for word. She's like, you do mess up things, but you're growing. And I like seeing you grow. And I love you. And Harley was like, I love you, Ivy. And then she's like, I love you too, Harles. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, you guys. And then they ended it. And I was like, no, I want more. And I was like, oh, season 3. We better get a season 3. If we don't get a season 3, I'm going to be so mad. That'll be another thing I don't like about season 2. So, tell me, what did you guys think about season 2 of Harley Quinn? What were your favorite things? What were your things that you wish they would change and had not had in there? Were there things that I didn't mention that you wish I would have talked about? All that good stuff. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. Please leave a comment because it feeds the algorithm. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next review. You guys have a good day. Bye.